Hey guys, it's poppin', Jacques Slade here. And today we're gonna do heat check a little bit differently. I got a ton of stuff I wanna show you guys, but first, let's start off with these. Also, again, there's a lot of stuff dropping this week and I'm gonna get to that, but I wanted to show you guys these first because I just got these in this week and I've been rocking them non-stop. This is the John Geiger 004. It's the new shoe from John Geiger. You may know him from Misplaced Checks. He was Darrell Reeves' business manager. He's done a bunch of different things, but this pair of sneakers has, I would say, been kind of taking the sneaker world by storm, and there's a lot of energy behind them. Now, they're not perfect. There's one thing about them that I do wish was a little bit different, but I wanted to show you guys this. So these come with an air freshener inside the actual box, so your shoes don't stink. I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, this is obviously a gray, turquoise, and black colorway, and it is the 004, and they just look really, really nice to me. You see they have this this EVA popcorn here, has a really nice outsole. So he got a custom outsole and it has the John Geiger there, then it has the JG logo there. The upper is like this polyurethane material that goes all the way around the upper. Most of it is mesh, the majority of the shoe. So it's mesh pretty much all over, but it's a padded mesh, so it's not exactly gonna be exactly breathable. But then again, this isn't really like a performance sneaker. I would say this sneaker is more geared towards lifestyle. I love the contrast of the black stitching there. It's almost like the Misplaced Checks, kind of gives it a different feel. And then if you look really close, you see it has that JG004 right there running down the laces there. That's the JG04 for John Geiger 004. The back of it looks really nice. Like, look at that. Like, these just look really great. He put together a really good shoe. Now, the challenge with these, they're a great looking shoe. They feel great. The quality control on this pair is absolutely amazing. They come with an extra set of laces. They come with a nice shoe bag. All the things are really, really great, but the pricing is a little bit expensive for me. So these are $250, and that is just a little bit more than I personally would want to spend on these. If these were more in the $150 to $200 range, I personally think that would be better. But at $250, they are a little expensive, and it's I would say it's more of an intentioned purchase as opposed to something that you just buy because you see it. At $250, it kind of breaks that barrier of things you just buy because you want them. Now, this is not to say that they're not worth $250. I do believe that the price point for what you get on this kind of shoe is worth it. It's just a little bit expensive for my blood. But again, shout out to John Geiger. He did a terrific job with these. These are absolutely incredible. He sent me these for free, but again, he doesn't see this video. He doesn't know what I'm going to say about them, and he doesn't get to approve this video or anything like that. These are all my opinions, but yeah, great looking shoe. This particular colorway is sold out, but he has a bunch of different other ones if it's something that you're really interested in. Anyway, so let's start this week off. There's a ton of sneakers releasing, and I want to get to some of them just so you guys have an idea of what's going on. So let's start with the first pair, and it's the Nike Air Zoom Spiridon OG in the Signal Blue colorway. Now, this is a classic sneaker, and there are a lot of old school sneakerheads who really, really love this shoe. I don't happen to be one of those people. I don't hate this shoe, but it's just not something that really is on my radar. I respect what it is. I respect what it's done for the culture, and I respect all those things about it. It's just not a shoe that I have in my collection. I may have one pair of Spiridons in my collection. Of the 500 or so pairs of sneakers that I have, I may have one pair of Spiridons. Again, not to say that it's a bad sneaker, but if you like those, they're dropping in the Signal Blue colorway. They're gonna be $160, and that's gonna be on March 13th. Next up on the 14th is probably the biggest release of the week. It's the Nigel Sylvester Air Jordan 4 Retro SPOG Brick by Brick. A lot of people are calling this the sneaker of the year, and it's too early to call a sneaker the sneaker of the year, but I do think it'll definitely be one of the standouts of the year. The colorway on this is really great. I actually have a pair over there and I'm going to unbox them for you guys later in this week because there's a bigger story I want to tell around these. I don't want to just talk about, oh, it's red, oh, it has bike air on the back. I want to tell you a deeper story and a deeper meaning to the shoe because I think Nigel deserves that, especially with the kind of work that he's been putting in over at Jordan Brand. So if you're trying to get these, know that they're super limited. From word on the street is that there are only about 50,000 pairs of these available out to the public. So they're not going to be an easy grab. So if it is something that you're interested in, you're definitely going to have to put in the work. Oh, I just noticed all this stuff is still in the frame. You know what? Let's put them over here. Yeah, since we were talking about them, let's put them there. Get the other stuff off the thing. All right, then moving on to the Foamposite era of Nike sportswear right now. So we just saw some Foamposites released earlier last week, the Galaxy, or maybe last month, the Galaxy foams. And that was a pretty big moment for the sneaker culture. And for those that like to rock foams, you're in a moment right now because you're getting the black and Volt colorway that's gonna release on the 14th for $240. As I said with the Foamposite, the Galaxy foam, I'm not a big Foamposite guy. It's not a sneaker that I have. I think I have maybe 2 pair. That's how you know if I really love a sneaker, because I'll have multiple pairs. But this one, I only have 1, maybe 2, and I'm not even sure that I still have those. I might have sold them or they're in my storage unit somewhere. But for those that want a pair, like, these look absolutely fabulous. It's a good looking shoe. The Foamposite is a great shoe. I love that penny logo that they have there. The green glow colorway, it's always, well, the Vote, I should say, kind of looks like the green glow from Jordan Brand, but that Vote colorway really, really pops on these, and it's a good looking shoe. If that's something that you're into, this is a big deal. They're coming soon, and maybe this means Jordan Brand is bringing more foams back. Maybe we'll see a lot more of those coming in the future. Next up is a golf sneaker that I'm personally really excited about. It's the Nike Air Max Plus. Now, this isn't typically, or I guess some people call it the Tuned Air. So for those of you that call it the Tuned Air versus calling it the Air Max Plus, I don't want to get anybody in their feelings. It's the Air Max Plus is what they're calling it now, but it's coming in the gold colorway, and this is going to be for the Players Championship. For those that are familiar with golf, the Players Championship is kind of, I think it's the closest thing to the PGA Tour having in like an all-star game. And so all of the players of the PGA Tour play in this tournament. Well, most of the players of the PGA Tour play in this tournament. And Nike is releasing this gold pair. Really nice details on these. That back tab or that back heel section with that, like, it's horsehair. So that looks really, really great. And then you also have that touch of gold, obviously, everywhere else on the sneaker. You have the gold foil right there on the bottom rand. You also have the gold foil on the tongue. It's a really nice looking sneaker. I wonder how well the traction is going to work. I haven't used an Air Max Plus on the golf course yet. I played in just about every other Nike golf sneaker, but I haven't played in this one. So it'll be interesting to see how well these perform on the court. And I really love that gold hang tag. That's a nice touch. Hopefully that's not like just a piece of plastic, but it's an actual like metal gold plated piece of thing. That's a really nice touch to the shoe. So really love that. Shout out to Nike Golf, really getting back into the game right now. So looking forward to seeing what they do. Next up, Puma. Puma is celebrating their 75th anniversary with F1, and they have the Inhale. Now, this is not a sneaker that I've been personally familiar with. It's more of a racing style shoe, and I honestly don't wear racing style shoes. I am getting into F1. I've been watching Drive to Survive for the last few seasons. I've actually been watching the seasons, and so I'm getting into it. I just haven't gotten into the F1 style shoes yet. So if this is something that you rock with, these are going to be available. There's going to be 2 colorways. They're both just called 75th anniversary, and I don't know if they have like a color code for them. So yeah, these are dropping for 110. They're going to be on March 10th, and they're dropping in 2 colorways. So if it's a thing that you're really into, that racing style looking sneakers, then these definitely should be on your radar. Now, for you LaMelo fans, the Puma La France, is it La France or is it La France? I know I've been saying La France, but it might just be La France, or maybe La France, or Francais. Anyway, it's LaMelo Ball's lifestyle shoe from Puma that kind of mixes with his streetwear brand. He's dropping these in an all silver pair, and they're going to cost you $110 when they drop on the 12th. Many people are saying that this colorway was supposed to be his all-star colorway, but because he didn't make it to all-star game, or he didn't make it into the all-star game, they didn't release these. But I think they look good, and it would have been a perfect like all-star style sneaker. This would have been perfect to be rocking off the court for all-star with that silver or metallic silver upper. Switching over to Adidas. So there's a collaboration coming out with Adidas this week that I'm personally not familiar with. Songs for the Mute. I don't know who they are. I've never heard of them, but I really like the colorways that they're dropping on their sneakers. They're dropping 6 of them. There's going to be, I believe, 3 shell toes, and then there's 3 cushioned 3s. And they have this very like outdoorsy brown, black, and like suede sort of look to them. It's a really cool collection of sneakers. I'm kind of really into them. So for those that aren't familiar with Songs of the Mute, let me see, who is Songs of the Mute? So Songs of the Mute is an Australian brand, and it looks like they're more one of the more underrated three-stripe collaborators. Names like Wells Bonner, Jound, and Clout obviously are who we always talk about, but this pair with Songs from the Mute looks like they're really doing something cool with these. So there's 3 Superstar 82s and 3 Adistar cushions. I haven't tried the Adistar cushions yet, but they look really, really nice. And these are premium out the gate. You can see they're using really great materials. I believe they're changing the toe box on some of those Superstars, but everything else looks like it's a really nice suede on the shoes, especially those Superstars. They have the little tag of Sounds for the Mute on the back, just as kind of like the collaboration, but I really think the collab is less about how they're changing the sneaker and more about the materials that they're using on the sneakers. And they look really, really great. These are expected to drop March 13th and they're gonna cost you $160. So shout out to Songs of the Mute. These look really, really great. They really did a good job with these. On the New Balance side of things, we have the New Balance 991 V2 Colors Be the Palette. This is a collaboration with Salehe Bembury. It's obvious that Salehe has been crushing it with New Balance, and everything that he does pretty much just flies off the shelves. And I don't think these are going to be any different. So these are going to release on his website first, beasponge.com, all beasponge, one word.com. And it's going to be on March 13th. Pricing has not been released for these, but I imagine it's going to be in the $200 range, somewhere above $200. They look absolutely fantastic. Obviously, you can see the materials here. They have this really nice looking suede on the upper, and then all of these hits of colors. They have that nice green there on the liner. The yellow back there on the heel tab pops really, really nicely. And then the weathered looking yellowish outsoles, and then the gray hits right there on the heel. These look really, really great. I'm looking forward to seeing how these look in person. Hopefully I can get my hands on a pair, because I really like what Salehe does with New Balance, and these are no different. So shout out to Salehe for putting in that work on these, because those look absolutely great. All right, getting back to the Adidas train, looks like they have a collaboration with Houston's active athlete as they honor livestock and rodeo culture with the Superstar. I can honestly tell you, I never pictured a day when Adidas and livestock and rodeo culture would be used in the same sentence. But when you take a look at these, it absolutely works. These look pretty good. I'm not sure it's a shoe that I personally would wear. I just don't live the livestock and rodeo culture lifestyle, so it's not something that I would necessarily rock, but these look really, really great. Obviously, they're going to use a high quality of leather on these, and they have that Byron's on the tongue, and then they have like the rodeo stitch in there on the back, the denim material all over the upper. They have the Everyone's Invited there on the tongue. They have the red and white there on the insoles, and then that denim. This is a really cool looking sneaker. Again, I don't live the lifestyle or livestock and rodeo lifestyle, but I think the way that Adidas put this together and showing it as a shout to H-Town, which obviously makes sense because it's Texas, but yeah, really cool looking sneaker. If you're into that, or you live that livestock and rodeo lifestyle, you can expect these to drop on the 14th and they're gonna cost you $110. Again, Adidas Superstar 2, Everyone's Invited. Very, very cool. Getting back on the LaMelo Ball train, the Golden Child colorway of the Puma MB04 is going to drop as well. Obviously, you Golden Child, there's a lot of hinting there as to how LaMelo works in the family and works in the basketball arena. These would have probably been perfect for on the floor at the All-Star game, but unfortunately, they didn't make an appearance at the All-Star game. So if you want to grab yourself a pair, they're going to be $125, and they're releasing on March 14th. Keeping with the basketball love, Adidas AE1, they're dropping an AE1 low that's going to be in the Arctic Nights colorway. I really love the black and like shimmer effect that these have. So if you're into the AE1, you can grab those. Those are going to drop on the 15th, and those are going to cost you $110. And then over on the other, I shouldn't say the other side, over on the other athlete at Adidas, I guess, you have the Adidas Harden Volume 9 Metamorphosis. This also takes a little bit of green shimmer thing to it. So maybe this is the theme that Adidas basketball has going this week. These are going to drop on the 15th. They're going to cost you $160. I honestly think the Harden Volume 9 is the most, it's the most unique sneaker that I think Harden has released in the 9 years or the 9 signature shoes that he's had. So shout out to Adidas for really pushing the envelope and really making a sneaker that catches people's attention. Now, you may not like the shoe and that's your prerogative, but you definitely notice it. And I think that's what Adidas is really trying to do. They're really trying to separate themselves from the litany of signature shoes that are out there that all basically look the same. With this one, it looks distinctly different. And I think that's very, very important in the sneaker space because it allows you to make your own room for creative and to do cool things when your shoe stands out from everyone else's. Again, these are going to be $160 and they release on the 15th. And rounding things out, we have the Air Jordan 9 Retro. This is going to be in the cool gray. For those of you that are fans of the 9, you know that this wasn't a shoe that Jordan, well, I guess he originally wore, but he didn't wear this during his original NBA years. This was more of a Wizards colorway that he rocked. You see that it has that patent leather on the sides. It's the traditional 9 sneaker. Then of course it has all those details on the outsole, which speak to Jordan's career, which I think is a really cool. It's not as distinct and unique as the 10, but it definitely has its own visual language. They also make a really cool Jordan 9 golf shoe. Not that that's what this is, but this is going to release on March 15th and it's going to cost you $210. That price point is going up when it comes to Jordan Retros, and I'm just not sure there's anything that we can do about it. I would feel a lot more comfortable if a lot of Jordan Retros were back down to $180. And I know resale is part of the equation and that Jordan brand they're trying to make the same money that the resellers are making or get some of that money that the resellers are making, but I think it makes it hard on the consumers. Anyway, I'll have an unboxing on these later in the week, but just wanted to give you guys a quick look at these. Again, that's the Air Jordan 9 in the cool gray colorway, and those are going to release on the 15th for $210. Anyway, that's going to do it for the show. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I am Jacques Slade, trying something a little bit new when it comes to the heat check, trying to mix it with an unboxing, give you everything that's dropping this week, and just mix things up a little bit. Anyway, let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, I appreciate you guys. I'll see you soon. Peace.